Rian Johnson and Kelly Marie Tran react to the question, what did you think of The Rise of Skywalker? Now, I've got a few differences of opinion with their answer. Let's take a look at the article and the video clips of their answer. Here we can see Bounding into Comics. They got the clips for us. Thanks a lot, guys. Always great stuff. Star Wars, The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson and Kelly Marie Tran react to J.J. Abrams' The Rise of Skywalker. So, here's a clip about Ryan reacting, and I'm going to edit it because we don't really care so much about what he says about Knives Out. So let's take a listen.
And last thing for you, your totally impartial review of Rise of Skywalker, what was your reaction seeing the movie?
I had a blast, man. It made me so proud and seeing the heart and soul that JJ put into it, seeing my friends who were in the movie just like bring the whole thing to a conclusion. Yeah, for me as a Star Wars fan, it was a really special experience.
That's funny, because for me, as a Star Wars fan, I had exactly the opposite reaction. I was thinking that it really hurt what came before it, even Rian Johnson's movie. So there's really no winning. And he said something about how JJ put heart and soul into it. Heart and soul, if you had to pick one thing missing from Disney Star Wars, it would absolutely be heart and soul. It doesn't feel like our three main new characters have heart and soul. It feels like they're written to deliberately be the best ever, and they're written to take the place of Han, Luke, and Leia in a way where Han, Luke, and Leia are put down, especially Han and Luke. So it really felt bad. Of course, he doesn't mention any of the inconsistencies. It was a quick question. I'm not saying it was like a full interview, but he could have been like, it was pretty good. I would have changed a few things. Something like that. He didn't mention Chewie, how he just like, comes back to life magically somehow. He didn't mention how his own movies kind of got, the middle finger where Luke catches a lightsaber and Holdo gets mentioned as they're never going to try that again. He's just cool with it. Magical, happy Star Wars fan, Rian Johnson. Let's see what Kelly Marie Tran says.
Rise of Skywalker, first time I've seen you since it's come out. Obviously a lot of attention about your part in it. Were you surprised by what the fans were saying and how they were bummed that maybe some stuff was cut?
Last Jedi was my first movie, so I think I'm finally starting to realize that when you're in something of that caliber, there's so many people working to make something out of love, and no matter what you do, there's always going to be people that aren't happy with that. But I think that the best lesson I've learned is just to have fun and be present in the moment. So I'm really grateful that I got to be a part of it.
You were satisfied? You were happy enough with how your part ended up?
I mean, I think that I'm really just amazed at the way that JJ was able to sort of wrap up all of these incredible stories. There were so many characters, and at the end of the day, I got to be part of something bigger than me, and that's really special.
Yeah, alright, so there's obviously one thing that was a little bit wrong with what she said. The Last Jedi was my first movie, so I think I'm finally starting to realize that when you're in something of that caliber, there's so many people working to make something out of love, and no matter what you do, there's always going to be people that aren't happy with that. So it's exactly the freaking opposite. The problem is it wasn't made out of love. And when I say love, I mean love for the original trilogy and the movies that came before it. I'm not talking about like love in a general sense, like I love my kids and I love my wife. Let's get down to the cut. It's about loving the franchise, loving Star Wars, and the people that made it, Rian Johnson, Bob Iger, Kathleen Kennedy especially, J.J. Abrams, apparently don't love Star Wars. So, man, I know I'm not allowed to make fun of Kelly Marie Tran, the actress, but the problem is, when she says things like that, it doesn't make me like her anymore. Maybe she's a nice girl. Maybe if we weren't talking about Star Wars or anything entertainment, maybe I'd get along with her. But if we're talking Star Wars, she says some stupid stuff right there. She didn't even answer the question. She just, walked around the question like a politician. He asked her if she was happy with her role. He asked her if she was happy with her role. And she said, well, I'm just happy I got to be in something bigger than me. That wasn't the question, Kelly. Answer the questions and I'll respect you. Say something that indicates to me you're a Star Wars fan and I'll respect you. If you say something like, well, I was in a restaurant in California and, someone called me a foreign exchange student, so I'm having such a horrible time in America, then I'm going to say, well, that's not really something I want to be talking about in an interview that could be about Star Wars, about the character. Maybe give me an idea how to improve Rose Tico from your mind, and I'll start to respect you a little bit. Something like, well, I think the character was pretty good, but she could have been better if we did this. She could have been better if we did that. Act like somebody who does have love for the franchise, and then maybe I won't make negative videos anymore. I won't be negative anymore. I'll be more positive. But she doesn't. She answers questions like a politician, basically, and beats around the bush and plays the victim. And I can't say I like that quality in a person. I can't. I don't. I can't respect that. I don't hate her. I don't troll her or call her terrible names as a person. Maybe Rose Tico terrible names. But I don't call Kelly Marie Tran terrible names. But I'm sure as hell not going to be saying things like, she's really a beautiful woman. She's really just an average woman. Just a regular old woman who got to play Rose Tico. That's what she is. Nothing good, nothing bad, nothing to see. So they pretty much have no ending to the article. I mean, I love these guys. They're cool. They're, pretty much on our side, but they have no ending here. When asked if she was happy with how her part ended up, she responded, I think that I'm really just amazed the way that JJ was able to sort of wrap up all these incredible stories. There were so many characters. Tran concluded, at the end of the day, I got to be something bigger than me, and that's really special. Congratulations. What do you make of Rian Johnson and Kelly Marie Tran's comments about The Rise of Skywalker? Let's see what a few people said. They only got 3 comments. Alright, let's take a look. Laugh out loud, Kelly Tran pretending to be a big star. She actually had the gall to say she was part of something bigger than me. Not much of an accomplishment, you nothing actress. Hey, see, I'm not saying anything that bad about her. Alright, she's not nothing. Cool. She's in what you could call Star Wars. Or not. Up to you. But the point is, okay, it's bigger than her. That wasn't like the part I had issue with. This guy has said multiple times he's such a Star Wars fan. I can't see it. I guess he's referring to Rian Johnson now, not Kelly Marie Tran. How can you be and make The Last Jedi? It's such an old sentiment by now. I know, but it's always new again whenever I try to wrap my head around his decisions. He's a liar and or he's a maniac. He probably thinks he's a big Star Wars fan when in reality his heart is just twisted and shriveled up and he doesn't know how to love anything at all. Just look at J.J. Abrams and his love for Star Wars. It's the same. These people have very strange concepts of what being a fan or loving something is. Agreed. Orange palm tree. To regular people, it would be said that either you don't understand or you actively hate that thing if all you do is mindlessly copy superficial aspects or destroy the thing. Erg. Alright, so to be fair, and I usually am, believe it or not, they're at the Oscars, they're at an event, they're being asked a question out of many questions. They don't have to be critical about the comparison and get into all these negatives and everything, but I just want more realistic, reality-based, straightforward answers from these people so I can respect them a little bit more. And when they give roundabout, politician-like answers, then I'm just going to keep calling them out and make videos on them that express my irritation and dissatisfaction with them using the name Star Wars to carry their names. Anyway, doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. Gonna do a shoutout right now. Give a shout out to John Matrix, Yellowbeard James again, my friend, Revered Kiwi, Psycho Dwarf, Soul Assassin. Soul Assassin's been around in some lives, checking out some videos. Thank you, sir. Simon Velarde, if I'm saying your last name correctly. Ink Mage, Black Hat, just Black Hat. We Are Awesome Padilla, Hound 3000 Needs Some Hugs, Good Tom King, Solar Chos, John K. Thank you, John. Seeing you around. Sith Lord Felix, not sure where he is. He's kind of been absent for a week or two. Krozos, Ron Navy, Pop Culture Minefield, Stephanie B. Thanks so much, Stephanie. Cynthia Eng, you're not subscribed. No shout out. Cranked, EDH, Missed Your Heart, My Bad, Kevin 6, Rock Universe Gaming, Joshua Tika, and Cameron Leggett. By the way, Rock Universe Gaming does in fact have a channel, so thanks a lot. Anyway, if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. I'm doing shadow special thanks, things like that. I talk really fast at the end. If you guys have seen like old Micro Machine Man commercials, if you're like from the 80s like me, I try to maybe copy it and be funny, but I'm not funny. But it's the end of the video, so what the hell, just let it go.